Hi everyone, my name's Linda and this is Marlee, and today we're going to be doing an intermediate level mat class for you. So we'll start just in the middle of our mats, legs about hip distance apart, a little bit wider, and we're going to be climbing up onto our toes. So up onto your toes, let your hands rise up in front of you and then coming back down again. So right up onto your toes and then back down. That's it, ready for the calf muscles rising up. And just one more like this. And on the next one we're going to be staying up here and we're going to go into squats. So bending the knees and the hips. So down and up, staying on the toes. That's it, so just 3 more. And 1 more. And then back down onto the ground. Good, now we're going to continue our lunges, but we're going to go single leg. So we're going to be raising our right leg and then lunging that leg behind you. And you can either go down into a running stance or you can put your hands down on the floor. So then coming back up and then low behind you. So really pressing that front leg and that front heel into the mat to get yourself up. Using your glutes and your hamstring. And trying to keep your balance. That's it, and 1 more. Beautiful. Now we'll swap sides. So now lifting that left knee and then lunging that behind, placing it down and then coming back up on the single leg. If you need to put your hands down for balance, please do so. That's it, just 3 more. Again, I'll get my countings off, but that's okay. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to go into some side lunges. So extending one leg out to the side and lunging across. And then coming back and getting into that balance again. So lunging left leg out and then back up to the middle.
How are you?
If the balance slide's a bit tricky for you, just bring your leg back.
Oh yeah, I know, but like obviously.
That's it, and have that outer leg turned out at 45 degrees so your knee goes over the middle toes. That's it, 2 more. Alright, now we'll do the other side, so maybe move over to your mat a little bit on one side, and now lunging out with the right leg. So reaching out, then back up, whoa! Trying to get that balance. If you can't do the single leg balance, just bring your leg back to the middle. Try that again. That's it, just 2 more. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to do a roll down onto our mat. So coming from the edge of your mat, so we're going to do 3 roll downs. So the first one, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, nod your head forward, roll the body forward, let your head hang, let your arms hang. Take a deep breath down the bottom, and on the exhale, roll back up. Now this next one, we're going to walk out into a plank. So breath in and exhale as you roll down. And walk the hands out to a plank position, and we're going to hold for a count of 10. Keeping breathing, pressing your hands away from the floor. Keep your abdominals pulled in. That's it, and now hiking back up. And walk the hands back towards the feet and rolling back up. Now the next one we're going to roll down and we're going to land our hands a little bit wider and go down into a push-up position. So rolling down, exhaling down, walk the hands down a little bit wider. You can have your feet a little bit wider, and we're going to just lower ourselves down like we're doing a push-up all the way to the ground. There we go, beautiful. Now we're going to roll onto our backs. And we're going to go into some bridging. So we're just going to start with the breath in, and then as you exhale, flattening through the spine, rolling the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Quads are nice and long over the knees. Breathing in at the top, and then exhaling to lower down, softening through the chest first, then the middle back, and then the pelvis. Taking a breath at the bottom, and we'll do that again. Exhale, flattening through the back, rolling up. Breath in at the top, and exhale as you roll down. And we'll do 3 more of those. Nice big breath in, and then exhale, let everything roll back down. And on this last one, we'll stay up. And we'll extend the right leg to the ceiling. And now we're going to reach that leg long, and then lift it back up again. Lowering it down and lifting it back up. So don't just let it drop, really reach it to the other side of the room. That's it. 2 more. And feet back down, and then lifting that left leg to the ceiling, and reaching that away and lifting it back up. Keeping breathing, and try to keep the rest of the body nice and level. And last one. That's it, and then rolling back down. Now we're going to do a hundreds prep exercise. So what I want you to do is have your hands behind your head. Put your knees into tabletop position and roll your head, neck and shoulders up. And now for a count of 5, we're going to extend our legs on an exhale. And then inhale, bringing you back. And then exhale. Inhale, bringing you back. Now if that's okay for you, you can lower your arms down by your side and you can start counting with the beats. So you can exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And now we're going to change our legs for another challenge. Lift your legs to the ceiling. And now we're going to do the same. We're going to lower the legs on an exhale. And inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale back up. One more time. That's it. You can hug your legs into your chest. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to roll over onto our fronts. And have your arms out into a capital E position. So have your elbows sort of at your shoulder height and your hands out sort of in front of you. Have your head down to the ground, resting on your forehead. And just take 1 or 2 breaths here to catch your breath. Feel like your pelvis is even on the floor, your legs are nice and straight. And now we're going to go into a prone press up. So on an inhale or an exhale, whatever it is that suits you better, just raising your head up in the front of your chest and like you're looking forward into the front of the room, and then lowering back down. And then rising back up again. So we're rising up so the bottom of the ribs remain in contact with the floor. Try and keep your shoulders nice and open. So just 2 more. Okay, now we're going to go into a dart exercise. So we're going to start our hands here where they are. We're going to extend them out to a letter T around us and then come behind us as we lift up. And then lowering back down into that capital E position. And then again, inhaling. And then exhaling down. Bringing the sternum forward. For more of a challenge, you can lift your legs as well. Get the glutes activated. One more. Beautiful. Now we're going to go into a swimming exercise. So you can just rest your hands on your heads for the first part. We're going to start our legs. So just lifting one leg behind you, then the other leg, and then fluttering them behind you like you're swimming. So you're kicking. Try and get your glutes activated to help with the kicking, so it's not just your calves doing the work. And you can lower them down. Now we're going to extend our hands out the front. Lift the head, neck and shoulders slightly up from that. And now start our arms. So just reaching them forward, pressing them up, using your breath to keep high. And then lowering back down. Now we're going to bring both of those together and do the full swimming exercise. So head, neck and shoulders off, arms and legs, and off you go. Reaching the arms forward, reaching the legs behind you. Keeping your breathing going. And one more count. And then lowering down. Good job. All right, now we're going to roll onto our side. To get some side kick, get our legs working again. So for this exercise, you can stay on your elbow, keeping your elbow under your shoulder, or you can lay further down and have your head resting on your head, on your hand. So try and get your positioning right. You're in one long line. Your hips are all stacked on top of each other. Your top hand is just resting on the ground for support. And we're just going to lift the top leg up and then lower. And then lifting and then lowering. Reaching that leg nice and long across the room. So we're going to do that for 8. So that's 4 more. And now on this next one, we're going to stop halfway so our legs are parallel to the ground, and we're going to reach that leg forward and then extend it behind us. So flexing the leg forward and then reaching behind us. Try not to let the body move too much. You really want the action coming from the leg and the hip joint. Just 3 more like this. And now we're going to go into the final exercise, which is called as we refer to as the passe développé. So you're dragging your foot on the inside line of your leg, bending your knee, extending up at the knee, and then lowering back down. So drawing it up, extending at the knee, and then lowering back down. We'll just do 5 of these, so 1 more. And lowering down. Now, as we go to the other side, we're going to do an exercise halfway through, so we're going to do a quadruped. So onto your front, onto your hands and knees. So with this exercise, we've got one arm coming out the front and the opposite leg reaching behind us. So you want them to reach as far away as you can from your midline. And then again on the other side. Coming down. And while you're doing this, I want you to try and keep your tummy muscles nice and close into your body. Pressing your hands away from the ground to keep that activation going through the shoulder blades. So really reaching nice and long. Try and get that glute activated. 1 more on each do our side kick on the other side. Alright, so reaching nice and long. Try and have your body, so your head's in line with your spine, in line with your legs. If you're up on your elbow, having that elbow nicely under your shoulder and having your shoulder just sitting back a little bit. Now we're going to reach that top leg long and then lift. One more. And now we're going to lift it just halfway and reaching forward and extending behind. And keep on breathing. Sliding that top leg on the inner thigh, extending, and then lowering down. Just one more of these. Then we're all back onto our front. And we're going to go into a leg pull front exercise. So on your hands and knees, extending both legs behind you, curling your toes under, feeling strong through the arms, pressing through the floor, and we're just going to extend one leg behind us, and then lowering it down, and then swapping to the other leg, and lowering it down. So try not to let your body dip, try not to let your hips hike up too high either. That's it, and now from here, we're going to rotate to one side. So keep your feet where they are. Extend one arm up to the ceiling into our star position. And then from here, we're going to rotate down through the keyhole under our arms. So rolling through, hiking up the hips. So we're going to do this 3 times. And one more. Back up, and then back to the front. Realign yourself. Now we're going to go to the other side. And then pike it through. Reaching through. That's it. Back into your plank position. Realign yourself. Now we're going to walk back up into a roll up. So bring your hands back, walk them towards your feet. Rolling up. Raising your hands to the ceiling, and then rolling down again. And then rolling all the way up. Raising your hands up to the ceiling, up on your toes. And I think we're done. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that one. Get yourself a drink of water, and we'll see you next time.